Welcome to Splendid Tales, where real stories hit harder than bullets and truth walks right through privilege. Today's story: The Injustice Hook. Henry Marshall didn't move to Green Willow Estates for luxury, he moved for survival. A quiet place for his daughter Catherine, whose every breath came from the gentle hum of a ventilator powered by a generator behind their house. But peace in suburbia doesn't last long when entitlement is the neighborhood's favorite perfume. At 9 a.m. sharp, Karen from the HOA strutted up his driveway like she owned gravity itself, clipboard in hand, chin high enough to scrape the clouds. "You can't have that generator," she sneered. "It violates Section 8, Subrule C of property aesthetics." Henry looked up from repairing a hose. "Ma'am, it keeps my daughter alive," Karen scoffed, lips curling. "Rules are rules. Maybe you people should learn that." The way she said "you people" froze Henry's spine. Even the wind stopped to listen. From behind curtains, neighbors whispered. Some pitied, most pretended not to see. Karen smirked, thinking she'd won. But what she didn't know: Henry Marshall wasn't just any father. He was a storm bottled in silence, and storms don't stay calm forever. If you're feeling the heat already, smash that like button and stay tuned. Karen strutted away that morning like she'd just defeated evil itself, heels stabbing the driveway with every click. Henry simply watched her go, his jaw tight but calm. He had faced war zones quieter than this neighborhood, and still, nothing tested patience like a woman with a clipboard and no conscience. By noon, Karen had called an emergency HOA meeting. Flyers went up around Greenwillow. Community standards matter, noise and eyesore discussion tonight. Translation: a witch hunt for one man and his machine. Henry sat quietly through the meeting, wearing his old Delta Force jacket, the one with faded stitching and a single metal pin still shining on the pocket. Every time he tried to explain, Karen cut him off. "We understand your situation, Mr. Marshall," she said, stretching the word like an insult, "but the HOA rules are not flexible." From the back, someone snickered. "Should have stayed where he came from." Karen smiled, pretending not to hear. "We'll be issuing a formal citation," she added, tapping her pen. Henry's knuckles whitened under the table, but his voice stayed even. "If my generator stops, my daughter stops breathing. You understand that?" Karen's eyes flickered, then hardened. "Then maybe you should find a neighborhood more suited to your lifestyle." The room gasped. Someone muttered, "That's too far." But Karen was already walking out, satisfied. If you're still watching and shaking your head, hit that like button because karma's warming up and she's got perfect aim. The next morning, the power went out, not the neighborhood's, just Henry's house. His generator tampered, cables cut clean. Karen had struck her masterpiece of cruelty in the dark. Catherine's ventilator beeped weakly, struggling for life. Henry bolted upright, adrenaline turning his calm into fire. He sprinted outside, eyes scanning wires, switches, everything. And there, by the hedge, was a familiar perfume trail and a single silver pen with "Karen, HOA President" engraved on it. The arrogance was practically signed. Henry got Catherine's stable with a backup battery and called the police. But when the officers arrived, Karen played her favorite card: the trembling victim. "He's threatening me. He's aggressive," she cried, clutching her pearls like an Oscar-winning actress. Henry stood still, hands visible, voice calm. "Check the generator cables. Someone cut them." The cops hesitated. One finally checked, then frowned. "Looks fresh." But Karen laughed. "Oh, please, that man's ex-military. Probably set it up himself to get sympathy." The word sympathy burned hotter than the noon sun. The officers left with warnings, but no justice. Neighbors whispered again, some shocked, others smiling behind fences. As the patrol car disappeared, Henry looked up at the sky. "You picked the wrong man, Karen," he murmured. The retired sheriff from 2 streets over stood watching from afar, eyes sharp. He gave Henry a subtle nod, the kind soldiers understand. "You think Karen's safe? Think again. Hit that subscribe button, the storm's about to touch down." Night fell quiet. Too quiet. Henry sat on the porch, moonlight painting his face calm as a loaded gun. Catherine slept peacefully, her ventilator humming steady, powered by the sheriff's backup generator he'd quietly connected hours earlier. Karen, meanwhile, toasted wine in her living room, celebrating what she thought was victory. Then came the sirens. Flashing red and blue washed over her manicured lawn. The sheriff himself stepped out, warrant in hand. "Karen Whitmore, you're under arrest for trespassing, property damage, and reckless endangerment of a minor." Her glass hit the floor. "What? That's insane! I was just enforcing the rules." The sheriff smiled coldly. Rules don't let you cut power to a child's life support. Cameras don't lie. He gestured toward Henry's porch light and the small motion-activated camera hidden above it. Every sneer, every slur, every threat, all recorded. As Karen was cuffed, neighbors poured out, phones up, whispering the truth. The same people who'd hidden behind curtains were now filming her walk of shame. Guess the HOA has a new rule, one neighbor joked. Don't mess with Henry. Henry didn't gloat. He simply looked her in the eyes. You taught me patience, he said softly. Now the law will teach you consequences. Karen's screams faded in the distance, replaced by the sound of Catherine's steady breathing. This is Splendid Tales, where justice walks on two legs and speaks softly until it doesn't. If that ending hit hard, like, comment, and subscribe for more.